morning. Today is the morning of Lucy and I's anniversary. We've been married for 2 years now. Pretty exciting. She just went to the gym, so I want to surprise her with some flowers. But I also need to like wrap her present and write her a card because I haven't done that yet. But I have the present and it's under my bed. So come with me to the grocery store. She's probably gonna be like an hour, so we're limited on time. Let's go. Okie dokie. We got the goods. I got the flowers all set up. Gonna wrap her gift. Gonna write her real card. I have a decoy card here that just says silly, lovey things. I've yet to even open this. Got her a bathing suit because where we're going will be by the ocean. Guess down below. If you don't know where we're going, we'll do a little vlog there. Probably the next video. Okay. Not the color blue I was expecting, I will say. It was final sale, but I did get approval from her sister. Oh gosh, I don't know how to tell these things. Do you think this is cute? What are your thoughts? Tell me down below. Hey.
Honey, hi.
Welcome home.
Oh, honey, flowers. Oh, honey.
Happy Annie.
Happy Annie, that means so much to me. I feel bad I didn't get you anything.
I love you.
I love you so much.
Get over here.
I'm getting.
It is our 2-year anniversary today.
Wedding anniversary.
And we thought, you know, what better day to do a juicy Q&A with some juicy marriage questions. Actually, I don't really know how juicy these questions will be, but hey, we're gonna spice it up.
Neutrally juicy.
You're just gonna be following us today. Lucy has, do you wanna tell them about your big audition today?
I have a big audition today. I can't say what it's for.
Okay, good point. All right, let's start off with the juicy question here. Lucy, do you think we got married too young? Slash, do you think you can get married too young? For some context, we got married, she was 24, I had just turned 24.
No and yes.
Oh, no, we didn't. I was like, wait, you think we did get married too young?
I don't think we did because we'd been together for 3.5 years, but then we'd also been friends before that for like 3 years. So I feel like I had learned all I could know about you, and I'd seen you through over 6 years of your life. Honestly, you even say you wish we got married earlier.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, honestly, so how I'd answer this is, no, I don't think we got married too young. Actually, I don't think we got married too late, I guess, either. I mean, the timing was fine.
No,
It was perfect. But I would say I probably waited a little too long.
Yeah.
Like, we could have gotten married earlier, having known what I know about marriage now.
But I do think you can get married too young. It's important to like have seen someone in a lot of different contexts and a lot of different seasons of their life. Really hard seasons and really good seasons. And if you don't have the luxury of doing that because maybe you're in like a really quick relationship, your emotional maturity needs to be like through the roof.
This is a bit arbitrary, but I think 21. I think anything younger than 21 seems a little too young.
Yeah, I would agree.
Honestly, when I was 20 or 21, I probably wouldn't have said that. And maybe there's certain circumstances where it could really work out. I mean, who's to judge? Okay, next question.
There's gonna be some people pooping their pants hearing that.
Yeah, some people would be like, oh my gosh, that's far too young. Next juicy question. Lucy, what's the hardest part about marriage?
The hardest part about marriage is
being with me 24/7.
yeah.
I think the hardest part about our marriage thus far has probably been finances.
Yeah, and just only one of us working a full-time job so that we can do this YouTube thing. So like and subscribe.
Like, you know, I mean, anything helps.
Anything helps. Yeah, no, that's definitely been hard. And we were talking yesterday, and I was like, every time I heard people say finances were hard, I always thought like,
oh, that'll literally never be me.
Because you assume that people who
fight about
finances are usually fighting about like a disagreement on like how to spend that money.
And like their value system around money. And Chandler and I have always had like a very similar value system around it, and like what's worth it, what's not. And so we've never actually argued about that. It's always just like us being kind of like sad when we like can't go do an experience or things are strained. It's just like, well, are our dreams worth it? You know, is it worth being in this tight position? But, you know.
Alrighty, we are transitioning to the bathroom while Lucy gets ready. And we've got some more questions.
Go to the screen.
What's something that you would have done differently when planning a wedding 2 years later?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's a loaded question. I think I wish I would have sat down with a friend that got married and be like, what are all the things like that you don't realize that like come up throughout just like random little details that when they would come up and you wouldn't realize that they were something you needed to do would just like randomly be stressful. I guess that's why you get a wedding planner, which we kind of had a coordinator for day of.
Maybe that's your device. Get a wedding planner.
I know, maybe.
I mean, if you can afford it.
If you can have a wedding planner, please, by all means.
I would just say in general, like when you plan a wedding and you start doing research for like wedding planning, you realize how many rules there are to things, or like etiquettes, and I think we follow too many of those rules, is what I'm trying to say.
I kind of agree with you.
And I feel like it's not as important as we thought it was to like do those things. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna please everyone, so just have the wedding that you wanna have with respect. Another wedding date question. What is your favorite memory of our wedding? Can't be the wedding night.
I think the ceremony. I think about the ceremony. That was just so special. And I just remember as I was standing up there with you being like, lock it in your mind. Like, don't forget this, because it can go by in such a blur.
Yeah.
I think having only 15 people there helped, because it was like family. So we weren't like, oh my gosh, like so many people are staring at us. So I felt like I got to be pretty present, which was one perk of having a small wedding.
I think a lot about probably like 30 minutes before our ceremony, we were kind of waiting for the rain. We were
kind of waiting for the rain.
We were kind of waiting for the rain to stop. And I just remember that anticipation of like, oh my gosh. Because we didn't do a first look. I hadn't seen Lucy all day. It was just like such a surreal feeling. That was a crazy moment. Okay.
I loved our wedding so
Me too.
much.
Okay, Lucy.
Yes, sir.
How do you keep the spark alive?
Oh my gosh.
How do you keep that spark alive?
Laughing a lot. I feel like
That's actually a good one. Having the same humor.
oh my
People
gosh.
won't talk about that. You need the same humor as the person you're about to spend the rest of your life with.
100%.
Make sure you like their jokes.
Don't just think that they're sexy and move on. Continuously cultivating like humor and stuff and lightheartedness. Oh, we've started doing this more formally recently, but like I feel like we've always been fairly intentional about being like, okay, like what do you have going on this week and how can I help you?
It really keeps the spark alive. Honey loves more
I do love a
than planning the
practical-
week and figuring out our schedules.
Gets me going. Gets me going. What? Okay,
so
what
good.
keeps the spark alive for you?
Not taking yourself too seriously, and I think I'm working on this, but just like
Being
learning
a good sport.
how to laugh at yourself is really important.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep the spark alive. Because I feel like you can just run into so many like stupid issues when you all of a sudden like decide to be offended by like a joke. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and also like encouraging one another a lot and like telling each other when they look good.
That helps.
Helps a lot.
Encouragement goes a long way. Okay, Lucy's gonna keep getting ready for this audition. Your questions we answer. Just kidding. They really weren't your questions. I got them from the internet. Okay, so Lucy just had a voice lesson, but I'm gonna go down to the audition studio to go help her. So I'm getting all of our tripods and lights set up for that. It's in like Midtown, kind of near Times Square, which no one likes going down there, but here we go. Ready for this audition?
I'm ready.
You're gonna kill it.
Thanks, baby.
How did your voice lesson go?
It went amazing.
Yeah?
It's so good. Yes. Just a few things I want to think about are breathing into the straw breathing.
That looks more like you're smoking a joint.
Breathing into a straw breathing. And staying in that place on certain parts of the song. And then more of an ah on this one O vowel that I sing.
We wanted to watch sunset.
I don't spy with my little eye.
The sun. We're out here anyways. Also, just got these mics for Christmas. What do you think about them?
See how they
Don't really
do.
know how to use them. Sorry if there's a lot of wind. It's pretty cold. Let's get through these quick though.
First question is, how do you feel about our life together right now?
I mean, I feel great about it. I don't know about you, but yeah, I love being married. Marriage
Like,
is actually the best.
it
I
is
couldn't
the
picture my
best.
life another way. Being single kind of sucks.
Oh, don't say that,
Sorry,
Chandler.
sorry.
Single people probably watch.
Sorry, you're
That's
right.
not
I'm just
fair.
kidding. I'm just kidding. There's actually some really great parts about being single too.
Absolutely.
But I think for me personally, I just enjoy being married more. Is that okay to say?
Yes, that's really good to hear. It's a lady's dream.
The next question, what was it? I don't remember.
You got it.
No, come on. You know it. It's literally in your head and you're
Yes,
not gonna tell me. Oh, yeah. How did you know, Lucy, that I was the one?
The one.
The one.
Okay, well, I think I knew literally when he sat me down and told me that he was going to move to New York City because he wanted to marry me one day. Because that wasn't a sure thing. He was maybe going to move to LA. This is like about a year and a half into dating.
Yeah, we were doing long distance. I was in college still. She was in New York.
Felt so intentionally pursued.
Uh-oh.
You were just so clear, and I appreciated that because being young, you know, it's not always easy like that. And even though there wasn't like a clear timeline of like, we'll get married at this point, it was like, I'm moving to New York with this plan. And so I just felt so secure in our relationship after that, and that's when I think I knew you were the one, because I think that was what I was missing, was like clarity.
I'd say the moment I knew you were the one for me, we were at a bar, a speakeasy here in New York City. We've told the story before. We were sharing our dreams over some cocktails, and I just knew in that moment this girl was the one.
This was a month before he told me that.
At the time, folks, we did not say that we loved each other.
Yeah.
But it wanted to come out in that moment. Oh, and you're over. Hey there. Well, I think that ends this portion of our outside journey. Let's head back inside. We are back inside, getting ready for our little date night. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh wait, why does it sound like plastic even though it's glass?
It is glass.
That's
No. I just brushed my teeth, so that tastes questionable. But is it good?
I really like it.
Okay, nice. Okay, what advice would you give a couple who is just starting their marriage journey? I think it's important in marriage to have like friendship to be a baseline, and so you end up marrying your best friend like we did, or whether you're just, you know, marrying someone who you really like, who you become friends with. I think it's super important to be friends with the person that you're wanting to spend the rest of your life with, obviously.
Well, like,
but
you should
what?
Genuinely enjoy being around them.
Yes, and here's my second thought. A lot of people talk about their first year of marriage and they're like, my first year of marriage sucked. And that's sometimes the case for people. And
Super valid.
I'm not like judging that, but I want there also to be a second narrative that like your first year of marriage can be fantastic, and so can your second year of marriage. Sure, you're gonna like hard things to like talk about, but I think it's also good to know that there's other couples out there that are having a blast and really enjoy being married.
Yeah, I would say get extremely comfortable with like conflict and conflict resolution before marriage. And I'm not saying like create conflict, but express your needs like a lot before marriage, because that's so much of what marriage is, and it'll just only increase once kids are in the picture, things like that. But get really comfortable expressing your needs before marriage.
Ditto that though. That was really good advice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, I have a good ending question.
And this will be the final juicy question. What is it? Is it juicy?
Is it just a...
Is it juicy couture?
Love juicy couture, every color, tracksuit. Tell me a funny memory you have from our marriage.
Can I tell about when you pooped yourself? Okay, fine. We'll just share it with the internet. Lucy pooped herself. This was year 1 of being married. We were living in California at the time, and it was an interesting moment. I mean, it didn't seem like...
I just thought it was a 2.
We were just like working from home.
Yeah.
We had 2 different jobs. She just
I had a lot of green juice that day.
Yeah. She came running into the bathroom, which was like in the room that I was working in, and...
No, you were showering.
Oh,
you
was I showering? Oh, that's not how I remember that. Oh my gosh.
In the shower, I made you get out in the towel, and I was standing there in my leggings.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Drenched.
Well, that's even better. That was a very interesting thing. It was a weird calm down, because after that, for about like a couple of hours, she just felt like out of control of her own body, which was like a total meltdown.
Yeah, I did not trust myself.
And it was like funny to be like, it's fine, like you pooped yourself.
I was like, no, it's not okay.
And she's like, no, I think
25.
Probably because you like want to get to the bottom of it. Like, is it gonna happen again? But I was just like, this is funny. So funny. But you were just like, oh no.
It was so good.
I can't be trusted.
I can't be trusted. I think that's probably a good story to end in.
It's hard to beat a pooping yourself story.
It's really hard to beat a pooping yourself story.
Thanks you guys for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Can't wait. Cash didn't fall out of here. Thanks, Grandma. Oh my gosh. Wait. So freaking cute.
It's literally like the color you have on.